Alright, so this time, this video is going to show you how to write Java program using Eclipse. And so I would say step one, you need to download, right? Eclipse. This is the IDE, Integrated Development Environment, right, for Java developers. Okay, you can download from this one. And it's always changed the version, so now this one I'm seeing on September 29, 2016 is Neon. Okay, get 64 bits if your OS is 64 bits. And most likely we all have 64 bits now. You can always verify with your PC right-click properties. So system type 64 bits, right? Like Windows 10 is 64 bit. That's how you verify if you're a PC user. Alright, so it's downloading. Now, after you download that, you can just run it, go to search and type Eclipse. Right. Let me see. Like this one has Eclipse installed already. But let's check the versions. We can just launch that. So after you download, one thing about Eclipse is it's not an installer. You don't have to do install like next. It's not installer. It just comes with the whole zip package. Right. Once done, I'll show you. Like, you can just extract it. This time it's installer, so sorry then. The previous version, it was not installer. You can extract and use that. So this one is an installer. And we're going to do with the Java. They have C, JavaScript, PHP. See, they have difference. So we're going to do with for Java EE. So the difference between Java EE and Java developers is like for you pretty much going to go with Java developers. Okay, because you're a beginner. But if you plan to use the web application, then you're going to do the Java EE. Okay. So now we just go with Java developers here. Accept now. It's installing. Okay, so it's going to create a shortcut on desktop for you. Right? Start menu. And now once it's done, you should see when you go on desktop. You should see Eclipse icon. Alright, that's the latest one, Neon, right? So I just showed you a step which it's pretty much just going to do it again, but we already have it there. Now by default, Eclipse has workspace. Okay, so workspace a folder under your username. Okay. Let me just use this one. It's just create again, right? So under your username, if I go to C users username, you see the folder name workspace. I didn't create it yet. I'm going to make it. Click OK. And you see workspace right there, right? So all the Java projects going to go into inside this workspace. That's how they structure for you. Just like last time we put our program on desktop, something like that, right? but this one is just on workspace by default. They're structured for you. You don't have to structure on your own. Now, if you have time, you can just walk through this tutorials. What we're gonna do, we're gonna close this out. How to use this? Go to File, New, Java Project. Alright. So let me show you how to use this with the Hello World program again. So I'm going to say project name what chapter 1.1, right? So that's the folder name. If you look at your workspace again, inside workspace it's just create a folder chapter 1.1 for you. And go inside, it just do the structure with all the necessary project files, like all the JDK, Java C, things like that, that you have to do manually on the console. You don't have to do that anymore. Okay, the way they set up, they're just going to put your .java inside source src source folder. So let's see, once I right click, if you're expanding it, you see that, right click, new. This is the libraries, right, GRE that I'm talking about. It's just set up for you. You don't have to do a set path and things like that. Let's create the files now. New class, right? And hello world. Okay? And if you check public static void main, is going to insert that code for you as a skeleton of the code that I told you. So the difference between using Notepad, you see you have to do everything from scratch. Using IDEs is just do skeleton for you here. This is a comment, so that's one thing that you learn. Comments mean if I do // I can type anything. Yeah, you just give the comment to your program. Comment. So since this is auto-generated, that's why I say, hey, this is where you start to type your code to do. That's what I say. Like, I go to type system.out.print and hello world. So that's the syntax. And you see, using IDEs, they have the color that distinct, right? You can also change the font size of your text editors here. Go to Windows, Preferences, General, Appearance, Colors and Fonts. Java Editor Text Font. And you can make it bigger. Alright, so that we can see it clear. And these things, like these are the reserved words in Java. That means you don't want to name your class as public because it's reserved. No class name as class. Right? These are the keywords for Java. Reserved words are keywords for Java use. Like public static void, those are rate. And black, that means you can name anything. That's fine. And this is a string, blue in the quotations, like the text that you want to display out. Black, those are the Java code. Now to run this, you no longer have to do like go to console, Java C, and Java. You just hit play, and the console output right there at the bottom. Say hello world. Now you may appreciate using IDE better. But don't forget that, like, most likely people use IDE to do the code. I mean, all the time. Not most likely. But don't forget that the basic programming, they're not about IDEs. They're about understanding how the file structure work. Right? Because the computer only understands that class and it's executed. How to do that. But This one will do it for you. That's why you most likely you forget. Okay. Now, when you don't have the tools, you can still write a program. Now we learn how to use IDEs. Next step. This one just display the output, right? Now the exercise for us today, we want to use scanner to read in input, right, from the user. Then we can process that data and display the output as we want. So that's the main thing about computer. Take input in, process, and do output. So how do we do this? So scanner is a class that we need to import. Okay, but I'm going to create a new project for this. Okay. Right click, new Java project. And this is going to be chapter 1.2, right? You see, Eclipse is going to create different projects. You can have many in one workspace. Okay. Now I'm not using Hello World anymore. I'm going to create this from scratch. Right click on source, new, go to class, right? We create a new class now. And let's say hello, my name. Okay. Instead of hello world. Include the main. Alright. Now I'm going to leave a comment, like I'm going to say, okay, read input from user keyboard. We go read from the keyboard input, right? Now, first I need to prompt the users, right, to enter the name by using the system.out. Enter your name. Now, instead of print, I use println. So what does it mean? Print line means once you do that, run the program, it's going to move the cursor to the next line. You see the cursor is now on the next line. If you do just print, the cursor will just stay in the same line. Once you run the program, see that? That's a different. Now this one I wanted to print line, then the user just going to enter the name on the second line, right? So to read in the name and enter the name, we're going to import java.util. I think it's util.scanner. We're going to use that. Scanner is the one who read inputs. It can be from the file, it can be from the keyboard. So to use this, you have to call the scanner name. Right, this is the class name. And make the declare, and we call like variables or instance. Just like in math. You can say x equals to 5, something like that. So this is like, I said scanner. Okay, I'm going to name is the keyboard, right? I'm going to read from keyboard equals to new scanner. Keyboard mean I have to read in from system.in input. So this pretty much whole thing here. That's why I want to put a comment here. So we will read input from user keyboard by creating this keyboard. We call instance. Just like in math, we just create x equals to 5, like we have x to use, something like that. Okay. Like we declare keyboard equal to system input. Now, when we say enter your name, we can start to use keyboard. Dot. When you do dot, we have dot operators to access to the method to read. And we can read a string type, we can read a boolean type, we can read like an integer type. You can just scroll down, like we have byte type, double type, float type. So you have to learn what are the type, okay? So in next video, I'm going to show you how to learn the type first, and we come back look at how to read in the keyboard.